So let's say, for example, you had you had an estate that was $1 million. This is not uncommon to see, especially in Southern Ontario, where there's a lot of different assets that can equate to over $1 million.
After the spouse receives the $350,000, if there's anything left in the estate, the remaining amount will be split evenly between your spouse and your child. Of the $1 million estate, your spouse will automatically receive the first $350,000. The remaining $650,000 gets split 50-50 between your spouse and your child. So each would receive $325,000. So in total, your spouse would receive $675,000 and your child would receive $325,000.
Now, of course, in this situation, if the child is under the age of 18, there are some special rules that come into play with this. The money is still technically theirs, but there would need to be a trustee to take care of that while they are still a minor. If they are over the age of 18, then that money is theirs and they get to do whatever it is that they want with it because that is their money legally. Now, let's say you're in a situation where you have a spouse and more than one child. What happens in this case? So it's very similar. The spouse automatically gets that preferential share. Now the remaining amount actually gets split in thirds. So the spouse will actually get a third of the remaining amount of the estate, and then the remaining 2/3 are actually split equally amongst all of the children. So if there's only two, that means it would get split a third each. If there's more than two, then it would be the equivalent of that 2/3 split evenly amongst all of those children. So as you can see, in this situation, the spouse would actually end up receiving even less than the first example because of the way that it's drawn out by law. So this is why it's very, very important for you to have a will, because this is something that a lot of people find out the hard way, and it's important for people to know what actually happens to their estate.